Have you ever felt lost, as if the whole world has turned its back on you, even when you're standing in a bustling city? That's exactly how Emily felt on that fateful night. She was 22, and life had cruelly pushed her into a dark corner she never thought she'd face. She was homeless, pregnant, abandoned by her own family, and the baby's father had vanished without a trace. New York, the city that never sleeps, the city of dreams, became the silent witness to her profound despair. That night, Emily huddled on a cold bench in Times Square. The dazzling neon lights from giant billboards, the blaring car horns, and the rushing crowds passed her by like ghosts. This place, a symbol of hope and opportunity, only accentuated her extreme loneliness, as if she were just a part of the urban landscape that no one truly saw. Fear enveloped Emily. She gently stroked her belly, feeling the tiny life growing within, and wondered what their future held. The self-pity and feeling of abandonment gnawed at her soul, making her feel more fragile than ever, standing on the edge of an abyss. So, how does a person end up in such a harsh situation? Typically, our society has social safety nets, but sometimes the most vulnerable individuals fall through the cracks. Emily was one of them, a young person pushed to the fringes without a safety net. But could there be a glimmer of hope for her? Join me as we explore this challenging yet hopeful journey. Sometimes, it's in our darkest moments that light unexpectedly appears from an unforeseen place. What happens when a broken heart meets a soul searching for meaning? Our story doesn't just dwell on Emily's despair. It begins to unfold when fate brings Ethan Luca, a successful 35-year-old CEO, to the same place at the same time. Ethan was the epitome of material success, a brilliant career, a hefty bank account, and a penthouse apartment overlooking the Manhattan skyline. However, behind that glamorous facade lay an emptiness that no amount of money could fill. He had achieved everything he'd ever dreamed of, yet he lacked something intangible, a deeper purpose. That night, Ethan was taking a walk. He often did when he felt restless, when the city's noise couldn't soothe the quietness in his soul. He passed Emily, initially just a blurry figure in the night. But then something made him stop. Perhaps it was her fragility or the desperate look he inadvertently caught in her eyes. He saw in Emily not just a woman who needed help, but a spark that could fill the void in his own life. He sensed a deep pain that he, albeit from a different extreme, somewhat understood, the loneliness in a crowd, a kind of invisible emptiness. Ethan approached, his voice warm and soft, asking if she was okay. Emily flinched, her swollen eyes looking at him with suspicion. She was too accustomed to indifference, even contempt. She didn't believe in unconditional kindness, especially from a man who seemed as wealthy and powerful as him. But the sincerity in his eyes made her hesitate. Ethan didn't just offer her a few dollars. He made an unexpected proposition, a safe haven, a room in his own spacious apartment. It wasn't just simple compassion, it was an inexplicable urge, a belief that helping Emily might be the missing piece in his own life. Emily's initial surprise and skepticism quickly gave way to a fragile glimmer of hope. She had nothing left to lose. Ethan's curiosity, his compassion, and the way he looked at her as a human being, not a burden, moved her. Viewers will feel the warmth and humanity when a stranger extends a helping hand, not for personal gain, but for an instinctive connection. The question is, was this an impulsive decision or the beginning of something much bigger? What do you think about Ethan's decision? Could this be the start of something more profound? From a simple act of kindness, a bond began to form, far beyond what either of them had ever imagined. When trust is built, old wounds begin to heal, and dreams thought long dead are resurrected. Ethan Luca didn't just provide Emily with a roof over her head. He created a safe space, a place where she could breathe, where she could simply be herself. He didn't force her. He gently planted seeds of hope. Ethan realized that helping wasn't just about providing material things, but about restoring self-esteem and faith. He knew that the emptiness in his own life could only be filled when he truly connected with others. This is a concept psychologists refer to as reciprocal altruism. An act of helping others ultimately benefits us emotionally and spiritually. Ethan encouraged Emily to return to university. She had once dreamed of becoming a writer, but life's hardships had extinguished that fire. Ethan saw her potential, not just as a vulnerable girl needing protection, but as a strong soul with hidden talent. He supported her financially, bought her books, and even helped her find a tutor when she struggled. Initially, Emily struggled. Long nights spent homeless, anxiety for the future, and the pressure of pregnancy made focusing on her studies a huge challenge. There were times she wanted to give up, but whenever she looked into Ethan's determined eyes or felt a gentle kick from the baby in her belly, she found the strength to continue. Gradually, Emily regained her confidence. She started writing, initially just clumsy journal entries, then gradually developing into raw, emotional stories. She found a purpose in life. The relationship between Emily and Ethan developed naturally, from gratitude to a deep friendship, and finally, an unexpected love. They spent hours talking, sharing their dreams, fears, and the voids in their souls. Ethan found peace and joy in witnessing Emily blossom, while Emily found the stability and love she never thought she'd have. Emily's joy, gratitude, and hope as she gradually rediscovered herself were boundless. She felt alive again. Ethan's contentment and happiness as he witnessed Emily's positive transformation and realized that helping others brought a deeper meaning than all his business successes. This is not just a romantic love story, but also a testament to the transformative power of connection and compassion. Viewers will feel the character development and faith in the ability to overcome adversity. Have you ever experienced the power of unconditional support? But not all paths are paved with roses, and this happiness would soon face a significant challenge from the past. Will a newly blossoming love be strong enough to withstand prejudice and interference from the past? Emily and Ethan's relationship deepened to the point where they decided to get engaged. Ethan proposed to Emily under the stars in a quiet Brooklyn park, and Emily, with tears of happiness, said yes. They had overcome many challenges together, and now they were ready to build a family. They planned for a simple yet love-filled future. They discussed names for the baby, how to decorate the nursery, and the small dreams of quiet life together. However, fate had an unexpected challenge in store. Emily's biological family, the very people who had abandoned her, suddenly reappeared. They had heard news of her new life, about Ethan, and most importantly, about the baby. They didn't come to apologize or reconcile. They came with a cruel demand, to force her to give up the baby. They wanted to preserve their family's reputation, not wanting an illegitimate grandchild to affect them. The confrontation was tense, taking place right in Ethan's apartment. Emily's parents, with cold expressions, delivered sharp words, attempting to manipulate her with guilt and shame. This was a critical moment of confrontation, where Emily had to make a final choice: return to a past filled with pain, contempt, and control, or hold on to a future with Ethan and their child, a future she had built herself with all her strength and love. She felt anger and disappointment welling up, but also a strange resilience. She looked at Ethan, who stood beside her, gripping her hand reassuringly. He was a symbol of acceptance and unconditional love. Emily took a deep breath. Her eyes met her parents', no longer afraid. "You abandoned me," she said, her voice trembling but firm. "And now you want to take my child. My family isn't the people who disown me. My family is Ethan and our unborn child." She firmly chose Ethan and the new family they were building. Ethan, with a protective look, stood in front of Emily, making it clear that they would not allow anyone to hurt her or the baby. Emily's courage and Ethan's steadfastness forced her parents to back down. Emily's resilience and bravery as she stood up to protect her happiness was a moment of triumph. Ethan's anger and protectiveness as he witnessed his loved one being hurt affirmed his love. Viewers will feel the drama, the climax, and the power of love, proving that family is not solely based on blood. Do you believe the power of love can overcome all obstacles? From that brave decision, a new, brighter chapter truly began. Ultimately, family isn't where you're born, but where love is nurtured and you can truly be yourself. The story of Emily and Ethan Luca isn't just a modern fairy tale. It's a testament to the transformative power of love, compassion, and choice. After the confrontation with Emily's family, their lives truly turn a new page. There was no longer the shadow of the past, only the light of the future they were building together. Months later, the first cries of a tiny life echoed, and Stella was born. She was the embodiment of their love, the result of a challenging yet hopeful journey. Emily and Ethan welcomed Stella with boundless love, creating a complete home where love was the foundation and understanding was the bond. Alongside her family happiness, Emily also achieved her dream. With Ethan's unwavering support, she completed her university degree and became a successful author. Her debut novel, a raw and emotional story about finding home and love, touched the hearts of millions of readers. She transformed her pain into inspiration, proving that even from the most difficult beginnings, we can still write our own stories. What's the core message of this story? It's that family is defined by love and choice, not by blood. It's about finding the people who lift you up, who believe in you, and who love you unconditionally. True love has the power to transform lives, bringing meaning and happiness that money cannot buy. Emily and Ethan's story is a reminder that a stranger's kindness can change a destiny, and that each of us has the capacity to give and receive love, creating our own families in our own way. Emily and Ethan's journey is a vivid testament that even in the darkest moments, love and compassion can light the way, leading to a meaningful life. If this story touched your heart, please hit the like button, share this video with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next inspiring stories. Let's spread the belief that everyone deserves a family, a place called home, where love always exists. See you in the next video.